Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is Tuesday here on the BGSM Show. Um, the good news is if you're
Tuesday,
watching
Tuesday.
Tuesday, that's right. Get some of the wings in there. If you're watching in the chat already, you've seen even Renegade has pointed out that KPR is back. So, Joe, welcome back to the show, man. I know you had to take care of some family stuff. I know that went well for you, but what's up, man? How you doing?
KPR in the house, not wearing a blouse. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's time. I was
I
going to
don't
do
know
a
what
rap
the
for
hell
you, but
that was, Joe, but thank you.
that, that was the rap gone wrong where I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with blouse. Mouse.
There you go. Um, yeah, Renegade said you stopped mid sentence. And actually, the guy that was in the one of the guys that was in the chat Friday from YouTube, the goat, the one that was up on the island, just popped in. So back on YouTube. So thanks for being there. But Joe, so before I go, right over this shoulder, if you're watching on Twitch, as I say all the time, you'll find the link to go to Joe's Twitch account and give him some like and follow love, turn notifications on. But Joe, real quick, go ahead and plug all your information for us, bud.
You can find me on this tree of internet sensation places. TikTok.com/knock please revive. Right here on Twitch, twitch.tv/knock please revive. Spell it all out. Don't be lazy.
You are whiter than salt and rice. I just want you to know that. Renegade's asking, can you leave again? All right. So with that being said, Joe, it is Turn 2 Tuesday. Obviously, it's our day where we concentrate mainly on baseball. So we're gonna do a little bit. We're gonna do this a little bit different, right? There's a couple stories we're gonna touch base on. Obviously, one that kind of hits a little closer to home for me on a personal level, just because of some stuff that I've done in my past. But then what I want to get into as the show goes on, I really want to get into the story of Joe as a baseball fan, right? Like what led to you being obsessed with the game of baseball like you are now? And what we're going to do is we're just going to go back and forth, right? We're going to talk and tell some stories. Your first Major League Baseball game, right? The best, most memorable game of your childhood that you went to that really formed you into the baseball fan. We're going to talk about any kind of stories that you can remember from, when you were at a baseball game growing up or as an adult or anything like that. Minor leagues, major leagues, whatever it is. I know we've talked about some of them on here before. And then just some stuff like that, right? So as an example, I'm going to give one, and it's one of my favorite stories to tell. So where I grew up, and I know where Renegade grew up in my chat, we were a 2-hour car ride. Literally, you pulled out of the town we lived on the freeway. You went 2 hours south. You were in the parking lot at Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati. I have seen, even as a non-Reds fan, quote unquote Reds fan, I have seen more games at Riverfront Stadium than I have seen in any other Major League Baseball park because that's where we always went. So I remember we went to a game when Deion Sanders was with the Reds. The Reds were playing the Cubs. And if you remember seeing like Riverfront Stadium, they had each bowl was a different color seat. So you had, and don't quote me on the exact colors, but it was like blue and then I think yellow and maybe green or maybe yellow was on top, something like that. But they had like 3 or 4 colors of bowl of seats. And we were down there. It had to have been something for like a school club or something because it was a bunch of people. I was there with my sister and my dad. But in the next section over from us, there was a Cubs fan, and it was my first real interaction with Cubs fans. And some of them are just as atrocious as you think, and that's where the stereotype for some bad Cubs fans come from. But this guy was drunk off his ass at a mid-afternoon game in Cincinnati on the weekend. And I'll never forget, I thought he was going to fall off the damn railing because every time the Reds were on defense, he would stand on the railing and yell over the railing at Deion, "Pee on Deion, pee Dion. And dude, like he's like pointing and like leaning and getting into it.
This is so Cubs fan.
Right? I swear to God, I thought he was going to fall off the railing. It was the funniest thing. But those are just some of those stories that I remember as being a kid. Yes, Renegade R. Kelly was there. But those are the stories I remember about being a baseball fan and growing up and whatever. So that's what we're going to get some of the so those are some of the stories we're going to get into. They don't all have to be pushing the X-rated limits there, because I know we got some other ones that are pretty fun. But so that's what we're going to get into. With that being said, we're setting ourselves up to fail. And for those of you that don't know,
that's what we do here.
Well, yeah, of course, right? But Joe and I, we played a little bit earlier today. We were just hanging out and talking. We had a little bit of free time. And so we're starting the stream with crowns already. So this first game is going to get over quickly, because we're going to get smoked off spawn, because that's just how it's going to happen. But so we're going to get this flipped over. We'll get going, and we'll get the show on the road. So thanks for being here.
Let's do it.
I love that your family is in my chat right now saying how true it is that we're going to lose that quickly. I'm getting smack talked by the guy that I'm playing in a lobby with. So I started to touch on this in some of our last shows, right? For those of you that don't know, when I was in my 20s, I went and just don't steal someone's car and drive off.
Who would do that?
Who would do that?
Who would do that?
I went and I was a baseball umpire. I did high school baseball, high school softball. So like, I really have learned a lot of things, like the mechanics of being an umpire. I've learned, like specific rules that people think that are actually rules that aren't, and like how things apply. And it's made it kind of interesting. It's also the same reason I don't watch basketball, as I've talked about before. But with that being said, the biggest story, obviously, right now on social media in regards to baseball seems to be the story of Angel Hernandez and just his magnificent ability to call a baseball game. I forget who it was. Who was it? Wyatt Langford, I think, that struck out on 3 pitches completely out of the zone. Clearly, that means that, JP France has the nastiest slider in the history of Major League Baseball. I'm guessing that's what he's thinking. But the question with Angel and just in general, how do you fix the umpire situation in baseball? So, what's your thoughts on it, Joe?
First and foremost, tempering expectations of an umpire is the first thing. Now, I'm not saying the Angel Hernandezes of the world deserve to have a job or anything, but you got to start with setting a tone of what the expectations are for umpires. In Major League Baseball has never done that.
Yeah.
The umpires own Major League Baseball. They got them by the you-know-what. So there has to be some type of expectation set for Major League Baseball, for umpires, and it starts there. Secondly, embrace technology and humanality. I think what we've seen at the AAA level this year is working well. I don't see why that can't be a part of the MLB game in the near future. Yeah. Making adjustments that are needed to be made, because right now the union of umpires owns Major League Baseball, and there's no ramifications for making mistakes. There's no report cards. There's no judging based off of what is done.
Yep.
Dumble, what's going on? Glad to have you in the chat. You ready for some bad Fortnite?
So, Joe, I know, like, we were talking about this before we got on the stream and whatever. And it's funny because Renegade had just said the same thing. I think the biggest thing is Major League Baseball doesn't have the ability to hold umpires accountable. Right? Like they've never done it.
Dumbo wants to know why I'm wearing this sweaty skin.
My volume just went way down. I think I quit talking. Are you talking about my volume or Joe's volume? Someone in my chat said my volume went way down. I got a shield. Come down in the basement.
Well, this sweaty skin is my skin.
Huh.
That's why I wear it.
I don't know why my volume went way down. That's weird.
Huh.
Because it says it's picking up.
This is my icon skin, Dumble. Right, Mike?
It certainly is, Joe. It certainly is.
Someday when I get my camera up, you'll see.
That's what you look like?
No, I don't look like this. I wish I did. Though I might have to buy a tracksuit. I know, Dumble. I know you're messing around.
Oh, I ended up picking that gun up. I was trying to tell you that.
Thanks for joining us. I know you're with your situation. I still hope you enjoy Epcot.
You got people on vacation that are following you or watching your stream?
Yep, they're at Epcot right now.
Look at you getting all big time, bruh.
Big time. Oh, and I won a solo crown today. So, you know, life's changing for me.
He's getting sweaty, folks. Oh, you know what? Let me double check this. I don't know if my volume's any better. It also could just be that Renegade turned his volume down.
That very well could be.
Huh. But so, anyways, back to the umpiring thing, right? Like, and you had touched on it, and this is what I was saying before as well. Like, I think the mix that they have in baseball at the minor league level is the answer. And in saying that you have to have the umpires that are real, but
I just shot a minion in the ass. Sorry.
It's all right.
I just had to share.
Renegade's telling me that he says KPR is still loud, but I appreciate you thinking I'm not smart enough to know my volume. I hope you die quick.
Yeah, the umpiring thing's it's a catch-22. How to handle that? I think you just gotta plow forward. Yes, I said plow. You need to plow forward with what's working at the minor league levels and just deal with the fact that you're not going to be able to hold umpires accountable. There's never going to be any system in place to do that. And so you just move forward with technology.
I was busy adjusting my stuff to try to make it a little bit better. Yeah, no, it's the concept of the minor leagues, how they're doing it. I personally think it's a great way to do it. In relation to, you have the human element. It's easy and quick to challenge a call, and I think that's what we're going to end up eventually just having to see. So I want to see that happen. I know the ability to call balls and strikes is tough, and you know that you have to have that. You have to have the humility as an umpire to say, you know what, I kicked one. One of the stories that I tell a lot of people when I talk about stuff is there was a softball game I was doing one year, and the starting pitcher for this softball team, this girl ended up going to Oregon to pitch, Which, if you know anything about softball, like Oregon is a well-known,
Big time
program. Yeah, there's somebody in the vault right now.
Uh-oh. I'm coming, Mike. I'm trying.
So, anyways, you know, like I said, this lady goes to Oregon to pitch for, you know, for college. She ends up.
Do you have water bending?
I'm getting some right here.
Okay.
So she ends up getting the ride there, but when she was pitching in that game, I called one of her pitches a ball, and it was just outside. And I can tell you right now that when the catcher turned around, without turning around, but turns around and asks me, you know, hey, where did that pitch miss? And I tell her, I'm like, look, that pitch was just outside. If that ball is another ball in, that's a strike all day. Well, first of all, that girl was a good enough pitcher that ball never went back outside. Because she put every single one of them right there on the corner. But, you know, knowing and having the ability to turn around and say, hey, like, what is the limit and whatever, like, that, a lot of umpires don't do that. So,
including Angel Hernandez.
Yeah, right? Well, and that's where it seems like people have such a problem with Angel as an umpire, because you shouldn't know his name. Yeah, he may have one bad game, you know, somebody may have a bad game, and so be it, but he's so bad consistently that everybody knows his name. And that's a problem.
He's got his own highlight reel.
Yeah. I'm going to the bunker. So I don't know what the answer is, but I think the solution that you have to use is some combination of the replay system, but you still have the human umpire. Let's
use your example with this new automated system in AAA right now, and what Paul Skeens did the other day.
Yep.
Pitchers know where's close, and if they challenge, it's a good weapon to have to combat really bad calls.
Yep.
I mean, the Skeens pitches it wasn't like egregious calls by the umpire either. They were just, he knew there were strikes, so he challenged it. And you gotta love that.
I think we got the medallion team's going to be moving this way, so we need to get out of here.
I do worry about it's going to become the NFL where everything and its brother's freaking challenged.
No, I think you're going to have a limit on what you can challenge. Like,
yeah.
I don't know how that comes into play, but you're going to have a limit of number of pitches you can challenge or something.
Miss one challenge or two.
Yeah.
Miss a challenge and you don't get your second one, or I don't know.
Yeah, there has to be something like that happens.
I think you got to leave it, though, that every pitch can be challenged. I don't think you can limit the amount of challenges somebody has unless they miss it or something. I don't know how you handle that. I don't know how they handle that in the minor leagues. I'll have to look up and see.
I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know either. I just picked up a gold rule.
I think it's.
So I'm gonna see if I can get back in the vault.
I think it's literally. You can challenge any pitch. Da, 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 da.
And if that's the case,
he's a vendor.
That could be interesting. I'm coming back up to you because I don't want to be down here. There's a medallion somewhere around here.
Oh, well, I came down to the...
Oh.
Well, I'll be right back up there.
They just shot at me. Where the hell was that shot at? No, they're right here. They're on top of this road right up here where I just came down off of. Turn around, go back towards Lavish. They were walking and they had, one of them was chucking earth benders at me, and I'm like, man, I am not in a position to fight you from here. I'll fight you from here though.
With my water bender.
Right?
Are they at the red mark?
No, they are right up here. Oh, we got two behind us too, Joe. On the house. There's one down on the right,
in the bush.
And one on the house. Yep.
I missed.
Yeah, so did I.
Good Lord.
There, Brandon. Are you happy?
There goes our grounds.
Yeah, so I don't know what the answer is, but I think that's the closest thing to a solution that you can do.
Maybe there's also some type of age limit or years limit in how many years you've been umpiring.
Well, and I wouldn't go that far because you want experience. I mean, you're going to want experience. But you have to figure something out for sure. And, like...
Well,
I
with
think,
umpiring...
And Brandon...
Umpiring, too. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, in my chat, Renegade did make the comment, and what it is you got to figure out how to hold them accountable, and there has to be repercussions.
Exactly. I've been preaching that for years.
Yep.
There's nothing like that.
Nothing.
I mean, it's crazy. There's outside outlets that do it, and they're even ignored.
Yep. So, yeah, I don't know how you fix that, but you have to do something.
The other issue that Major League Baseball and other sports might deal with, I don't have the scientific data. I ain't got the documents to prove it, but there is a league or a national shortage of umpires right now. So
like
the next generation of umpires.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that could impact the next generation of umpires as well, where you're going to have to lean on the technology anyways.
Well, and here's the thing, right? As somebody who has done the umpiring, when you have guys like Angel, you have guys like Joe West before him, it directly impacts that high school level as well, or the travel ball level, because when you're watching a Major League Baseball game, never mind the fact that Major League Baseball has a set of rules completely different from high school. Like, it is literally, it's a completely, not just the money side of things, it is a complete different standard of rules, right? So you already have differences that people that aren't umpires don't understand because of something like that. Well, and then you add in the fact that these guys see somebody like Angel blow a call like he does now, and it turns into people are watching this and
calls.
Well, yeah, because hell, we all did. I'm not even denying that. But what I'm saying is, you end up with these guys where, Joe down the street sorry, I'm not trying to do that. He's watching this game and he thinks that, all umpires are bad and they can sit here and yell at him because, people are yelling at the umpire in the majors. Well, okay, so be it. You can yell all you want, but it ain't doing any damn good. So what it's causing you to do is you end up with people that don't want to umpire. Joe, come out back. Or just break that barrel without me.
You don't need it. You're a Superman. Oh, a pump shotty. Shawty was a melody in my head.
Joe, please don't do that. Hey, welcome in, Autumn Pat. What's going on? But yeah, so those are the things, like, you see that kind of thing, and it's what leads to people not wanting to umpire at the younger level.
Right.
So, I mean, if you watch that, what is the glorification to somebody that is a oh, I needed that big pot, don't I? What is the, I guess not glorification, but what is it that's going to attract somebody to want to go umpire when all you see is somebody like Angel? Oh, Autumn's getting ready to go stream. That's a good one too. She just made it up to affiliate, Joe. See, you should be taking some hints. And so you go and throw rocks at me just because I made fun of you, huh? I see how it is. I see how it is, dick. I was trying to see if there was some kind of vendor in here, but I'm not. So
but when you see those rocks coming, it looks like a bunch of a big over manufactured block of soap coming at you.
What?
Look. When the block comes, it looks like Dr. Squatch soap. Boom. Boom. Tough acted, acted.
Oh, now it's enacted. Come on, come get in my car. Yeah,
I remember the Mad commercial.
Yes. Oh God, dang.
I've got one of these earth bendings if you want it.
No, I'm really quite good on the earth bending.
Check out this loadout. Earth bending. Frenzied shotgun. Earth bending.
You got 2 earth bendings?
Yep.
Oh Jesus.
Gatekeeper shotgun.
And you wonder why we lost our crowns. 2 earth benders like and 2 shotguns.
But I have air bending too.
Oh, so you can get away before you get into a fight up close and die.
Yep, I can get away, let you die, and throw blocks at them, hoping.
I'm finally out of gas. I just said I'm out of gas.
Had to steal your car, that's my...
It's your MO.
Yep. I definitely can't steal your girl, so I'm going to steal your car.
There we go. Now I got a sniper.
Yeah.
All right. So
All
these
is right.
bots should be forming here any minute now.
I got a soap thrower.
A soap thrower. You're so dumb. I got 3 bananas, by the way. Do you have any health?
I don't.
Okay. All right. Well, we should have either a weather. Did somebody get this weather bot already? Oh no, here it comes. Okay.
It hasn't developed yet, has it? There it goes.
And then the that vault over here is the next one to open, but it's going to be swallowed in the storm.
I can get that. I can drop one of my earth bendings.
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead. Since you have so many of them. Now, Joe, in unrelated to Angel Hernandez news, I don't know if you saw this, Forrest Whitley is finally going to make his Major League debut. I know you're a fan of minor league baseball. Whitley's got called up to Houston from Sugar Land. Now, that is a story that I know we've talked about in the past, but Whitley at one time was the #1 pitching prospect in all of minor league baseball. I think he was number 5 overall as far as prospects go.
Yep.
But he has been that name that has been in every Astros trade rumor since 2017 or so. But he's finally making his big league debut. So I don't know if it's tonight or if it's going to be there's people on the building. I'm getting screwed up. Oh, they really screwed me up. Where are you at, Joe? Okay. One's not.
Really low, Mike. It's all white.
Don't worry, Joe. I got you.
That's that mobility thing we talked about yesterday.
So, I mean, as an Astros fan, I'm pretty excited about that.
See, here's my question for you, Mike.
Yo.
Oh, let me get out of the storm first. So is this he's earned it, or is it more they are so injured at pitcher they have to do this?
Yes. the answer is yes. I don't know if he's earned it or not. I'm not going to act like I've watched enough of the minor league stuff to tell you. All I can tell you is they are so badly injured at pitcher right now that we need all the help we can get in Houston. So,
because I looked up his numbers. He has a 12 ERA, which means nothing in the early part of the season.
Yeah, but I mean that's what I'm saying. Like I don't recall him having like a super outstanding spring. I mean he started in AAA obviously, but you know I think it very much so is just a fact. Come here, Joe. Oh, you're all the way over there.
I'm coming. I mean, there's some guys that were taken after him that are big names in the game right now.
Yeah. Not
big names, but decent names. Will Smith, Gavin Lux, Cole Reagans with Kansas City, who's blowing up right now.
You look at it like he had
no path for a while though too.
He was in a little bit of trouble there. But what they did have was what the hell? You know, he's a Tommy John guy. He got suspended for 50 games for failing a drug test. So, I mean, he's had a pretty rough go of it. But it really sounds bad to say this, but even I got to the point where I just thought he was going to be one of those guys that was a career minor leaguer.
An Appel?
Yeah. All right, so we need to get to like somewhere over here. Who's shooting at you? There are... I'm going to say, we need to get going, Joe, because there is a medallion team definitely pushing this way.
I was just in a fight.
I know, that's why I was saying we need to get there quick. Ooh, somebody just rebooted right there. Let's go, because that medallion team's pushing. Airbend, let's go.
I can't yet, but I will once I can. Shit, just got shot.
Well, that's good. Okay, good. Come on. Nope, so much for that idea, huh?
Oh. They're about to get water bended.
No, they're about to get away.
Oh. Get bent. That was clean.
That's the Renegade School of Recovery right there. It's a Fortnite school that most people should attend.
Yep. Absolutely.
And they are chasing the shit out of me right now, too.
I flunked out, but I did attend.
There they are. But yeah, so no, I think that's cool, and I'm excited for Whitley getting up. You know, just to see if he has any levels of success. But that's kind of the big news. He says you got a remedial class on Sunday. Joe, by the way, since you're dead, you really need to mark me a reboot van since I'm just riding around.
Can I when I'm dead?
Yes.
Oh. I thought you couldn't do that when you're dead.
These people have a bot, and they're...
There's one right here. There's one right here. This is probably your best bet right here.
Mark Grand Glacier.
Okay, Grand Glacier, the one just outside Grand Glacier. There's the Grand Glacier.
We're going to Grand Glacier. Because there was a team at that one that I just went past. Yeah. All right, so then I also have one here for you, Joe, that I want to talk to you about. And I know I've shared these.
I gotta touch one thing on Whitley real quick.
Okay.
So Whitley, I think, is gonna pitch on Friday. There's a TBD on the Houston spot, but Whitley is the guy that I thought would get.
Mark me another reboot.
No, not there. Don't go there. Don't go there.
That's all right. A team just came in there. I had to get out of there. Where am I going?
I marked it. Oh no, it didn't mark, did it? This is on the other side of Grand Glacier. It'll put us by a bunker, but the... No, don't go there.
How many...
That's where the...
How are these people all doing this?
Oh my gosh.
By the vault.
By the vault.
I don't know. I'm literally just reading what Renegade's saying in my chat, because even though he's not watching... You're walking right into the medallions.
You're walking right into the medallions. Be careful.
He has a apparently better view of my map than you do. Let's see if this one I can get to it. Yeah. No, go ahead. You said you had something else on Whitley?
Oh, he'll start on Friday probably. And he's the guy that I always thought that we would got in the Justin Verlander trade. But no, we got some dude that never pitched. Oh my gosh. I'll mark your reboot van just in case. Oh! Your block so can't do shit! Oh! I talked too soon.
So yeah, that was fun.
The fact that Forrest Whitley was not in the Tigers trade for Justin Verlander.
They wouldn't have gave him up,
17.
I don't think, to be honest with you.
No, they would. No, but it destroyed all Tigers fans because we ended up getting second best pitcher in the system who never played for us.
Renegade said my spot would have been clear.
Listen.
So you're going to have to give Joe the tutorial.
Mike, go right there. Mike, right here.
Yeah, no, that would have been... That could have been really interesting for you guys if he would have been the trade. One thing here before we get into some of the baseball story stuff I want to go over with you, Joe. And I've said this to you. I know I've shared this with you, though. If you guys are watching, one of the things you guys have to do is there's an account on TikTok and Instagram called WillyTics, WILYTICS. You guys, if you like making fun of some baseball stats, it's one you have to go check out. Because they make fun of stuff like what we do. Like, one of my favorite stats in the world, because it was so stupid, was the one time that ESPN used to always advertise and broadcast about Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers were, you know, if he threw the ball for 25 times or more in a game, they had like a 500 record. But if he threw the ball for less than 25 times, they were like 750 winning percentage, right?
Ben Van Oyen was celebrating.
Well, yeah, he was. But it's the dumbest thing because when you look at it, yes, that's great, but that's not the stat that impacts the actual thing, right? Like, if you don't have to throw the ball 25 times, it's because you're winning, so you're just running the ball to get the game over with. You're not trying to score more points to win by more, right? So this account, they do what they call the oddly specific stats. And like the one example, he has a video out that says, Carlos Rodon was the youngest left-handed pitcher since baseball integration in a single game to have 6 innings pitched with 8 strikeouts, no walks, no home runs, to give up 1 run or less in a game where it was raining and wind speeds were over 7 miles an hour. And I'm going to tell you, every time I watch any of their content, I die laughing. Yeah, or like Renegade said here, if Meals or KPR stays alive for an entire match, they win 100% of the time. Yes. So it's a pretty good one. So if you guys are looking for something on TikTok or Instagram or whatever, like, check those out because some of them are hilarious. He did one that I just shared with the Aussies earlier today and with Renegade, and it said like 5 more of the worst players to ever play Major League Baseball. And one was Ryan Howard, but only over the age of 30. You know,
True.
So it's like
True.
It's hilarious. So I appreciate it. So I just wanted people to, if you get a chance, you want to, it's a good little follow to go check out. So go watch that. You guys will appreciate it.
In honor of our friend Renegade, I've got the earthbending.
Well, that just makes him happy.
And then I accidentally hit the bot. I meant to hit the...
So you're going to get knocked by a bot. Mike. That's good.
Oh, I sent him down the road with the rocks. I think I killed him. Ooh, but I got down to 10 HP.
That's because you are just amazing. You are the best Fortniter I know, Joe. I just want you to know that.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm the Ryan Howard after 30 of Fortnite.
That's a true statement. Here, you want this blue? How far away are you? I can carry this. I'll bring it to you. I got you a blue AR.
I'm on my way there.
But yeah, no. Like I said, go check that one out when you get a chance, and you'll appreciate the humor with it if you like stupid humor, like that kind of stupid humor. So here you go, buddy. And then there's barrels over here too. And I got you a med kit. I'm going down to the airport. I think you're on mute, Joe. I'm assuming you have a kid in the room with you.
Correctamundo.
Okay. There's a gold hand cannon right there.
Okay.
It is my hand cannon, so it's not yours. You're welcome.
Thanks.
I looked at it and then I thought, wait a minute, I had to double check what my loadout was and realized that, yeah, this would be better in my hands. There, I just triggered up to blue chest there for you too, if you want to go try to find some weaponry. Jump! There you go, Jonesy.
Go ahead and jump. Some 80s rock for you fellas and ladies.
I have 2 snipers now. I have a water sniper and a hand cannon.
And I have 2 earthbendings.
There's a blue one of my ARs if you want that one.
We're
instead.
just one.
But you're way away.
Cool.
So, Joe, I know we're just getting started here, and we were talking a little bit about this, but I want to know, before we get into stories, do you have any other baseball news that you want to touch on? Because if not, I really want to hear the story of KPR becoming a baseball fan.
Nothing really comes to mind about baseball. Ellie De La Cruz is taking over.
Yeah, but as soon as he does something dumb, we're going to hear about how he's the worst player ever and should be retired. So that's okay.
Javi Baez hit a home run the other day for my Tiger fans out there.
I don't believe
and then
that.
He hit a home run at Comerica Park and then did the Hulk Hogan ears thing like he was taunting Tigers fans.
I just want to know, are you on the train or are you just rolling around like an idiot?
Rolling around like a train on an idiot.
Okay, good.
You like that?
That works. Somewhere over here is the other blue chest that I was trying to find you some weaponries. Why does KPR have such a bad loadout? You tell me, because you're the one that can see his screen.
The same reason KPR just emoted while somebody's chasing him in a car. See ya!
I killed him for you.
Thanks, I honked at him.
I need your help.
I'm coming.
Right here.
Oh my god. I built a wall and jumped over it.
The worst part is I didn't even get to see it because I was laughing at Renegade.
I Trumpanian built a wall. I paid for it with my own taxes. And then I jumped over it.
Renegade, you have to come on stream. That's all there is to it. Renegade said how KPR became a baseball fan. He tried to type basketball into YouTube as a young child and spelled it baseball.
We'll get to that in just a second.
Well, son of a... That guy's trash too. All right, so Joe, so tell me about your first Major League Baseball game.
Hold on just a second. Sorry.
Got him. He got him all right. What about you, Renegade, while you're in the chat? Do you remember your first Major League Baseball game? I'm going for the K's on. Maybe this guy would give me a crown. Oh.
Oh, snap. I'm excited to hear this.
You just jumped off the bus, so okay.
Yeah, lavish. It's where you mark.
No, it's not.
Oh yeah, there's a mark there.
No, there's not. Trust me, there's
Welcome
not a
back.
market lavish.
Welcome back.
All right, so Joe, what's the story, man? What's the first baseball game that
So
you
the
remember?
first base that I remember that I went to, or that
Yep.
I remember.
That you went to, yeah.
So I actually never got to go to a baseball game as a kid much.
Okay.
I didn't.
But you lived
I didn't-
quite a bit away from any stadium and stuff, though, right? Like you grew up
Right. Yeah.
quite a way away even from Detroit. And
So, yep. So I was about 7 hours away from Detroit, but I ended up my first major league baseball game was in 2006, the year the Tigers went to the World Series, and it was way before the Tigers even made it to anybody had any idea, because in 2005 they were garbage. In 2003 they set the loss record for the American League. So nobody had any idea until midway through, or even further. I just knocked one, but I got knocked.
what the hell?
Man, I'm just trying to tell a story about baseball. He just built a bunker.
All right, well, I'm gonna have to come back because I'm at the vault over here on the side. So,
Okay. Well, then I can continue telling my story.
yeah.
So I started watching baseball at age 6. The first game I remember watching was the Tigers versus the Orioles in a regular season game. But the first one I went to was 10 years later. Get this, it was against the Cleveland Indians. And it was that 2006 rookie year for Justin Verlander. So it was May. We still had no idea who Justin Verlander was going to be, but we knew the dude through 98.
Yep.
It was Justin Verlander versus Paul Bird. You remember Paul Bird?
Oh yeah. Paul Bird had some of the greatest windups in the history when he went to the Indians.
Maglio Ordonez hit a solo shot. It was the only run scored, and it was a pitcher's duel between Bird and Verlander, a 1-0 win for the Tigers. That was my first game I ever went to.
Okay.
And at that point already, baseball was my life. I mean, when I was 6, I wrote scouting reports for every team before the season on my grandparents' word processor. So I already loved baseball, but to be able to go the first time and to go with my wife when we were in high school, just out of high school, was pretty cool. So she surprised me with that gift. I had no idea we were going. She just told me we were driving for a surprise. And 6 hours later, we ended up in Detroit for my first baseball game. So I've been back there many, many a time since, and many other stadiums.
So I'll be honest with you. I don't remember which game was my first one. I just know it was at Riverfront Stadium.
Nice.
Because like I was saying at the top of the show, like every club that you were in school, every activity or anything like that was going on, when they had tie-ins to baseball, it was always you were going to Reds games. Because, again, it was so easy to get to Riverfront Stadium from my hometown. From where I grew up to get to Cleveland, it's not a long drive or anything. It's just it's longer, and it was a little harder back then, because even the highways that you take to get to Cleveland now, they were U.S. routes at the time. So you'd have to go, you'd go through all the little towns, and you'd get slowed down, and it made it so much slower. So you always went to Cincinnati for Reds game or for baseball games, right? So,
right.
I know we went and it was always for everything. And again, I'm one of a couple siblings, so anytime there was somebody was in Dare, like we always had, they'd give you tickets
Right.
for Dare graduation, whatever, and
Dollar hot dog night.
yeah, and my sister was a Girl Scout for years. My mom was a Girl Scout leader, so they'd always get tickets. So we always went for stuff like that.
See, for me, it was a different situation because not only did we grow up poor, but I was
we only went because they were free.
right. The only person in my family that liked baseball was me. Like
Okay.
nobody else liked sports besides my grandfather, and that's who I watched baseball with all the time.
Yeah.
And how I gained my love. But like my dad, my mom, my brothers, none of them would go to a baseball game if I paid them to.
Oh no, I get that. Like, even so, it's actually funny, right? Because with my family now, my wife loves the Astros, and we go to Astros games. Usually, even when they've been more pricier tickets and stuff, we'll still hit up a couple Astros games each year. But a part of it is it's an hour for me in traffic to get to an Astros game, right? But it's an hour to get anywhere in Houston. So it doesn't matter if I was going to an Astros game or if I was going to Bass Pro Shops, it takes an hour. So,
Right.
we'll do a lot of that and whatever. But like when my wife and I met and started dating, she wasn't a baseball fan. And
same with my wife.
it's funny because my wife grew up with Larry Durker's son.
What?
Yeah, like he was their high school baseball coach or some shit for a while, or he helped with the team, and yeah, he was like all involved with the school and stuff because that's where my wife went to school. So it's not like it was no exposure to it. It's just they weren't baseball fans. So I got a Flowberry too when we get together. So do what you got to do.
Okay. I'm in the vault.
Here you go. Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me. Oh.
Yeah. So my wife.
Yeah, I get that.
Not only surprised me when we were out, just graduated high school, but also just gave me that experience. And now, today, she watches games with me, and we've gone to several games because she knows how much I enjoy it. So, and she's become a fan as well. Even when we got married in 2012, we got married in Denver, Colorado. But you know what we did first?
You
We
went
watched the
to a
Rockies.
baseball game.
Yes.
Now I get that.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand the concept of not having people in the family be baseball fans. Like, to me, it was a foreign thing, but I've dealt with that as you have, so I get it.
Yep. But boy, in my short time since 2006, I've done a pretty good job of getting to games and trying to. Now that I've moved to the East Coast, I haven't, but I go to a ton of minor league games.
Yeah.
All the time because we're in the
Hey,
the belt of
Joey,
minor
what's up,
leagues.
buddy?
I got
Joey Snipes is in
Carolina.
my YouTube chat.
What's up, Joey? You know who doesn't snipe, Mike?
Who's that? You?
This Joe.
No, I understand that though. That's the one thing. Like, I hate it because when I lived in Florida and now where I live here in Texas, we have minor league teams nearby, but it's just not comfortable to go to minor league baseball games, really. Like the Sugarland Skeeters, they used to be independent. They're now the Sugarland, what do they call them, Space Cowboys. We got a team coming in.
Yes. Space Cowboys.
I just got knocked by this guy right here. You need to finish him. His teammate's coming up right here. Get him, Joe. Or don't.
I got his feet. They got a nice stadium though, don't they? It's pretty nice.
It's a newer one. It's nice, but the thing is it's dude, I don't want to be sitting outside in the. I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on with these guys. He's trolling his teammates so bad. This is hilarious. He must have took something that the guy wants, and he's not letting him get revived.
He dropped this impulse, and he said no. He shook his head no. Oh.
Renegade says, you are all extra good today. You're right.
Oh, man. Now that I live on the East Coast, I really want to make a run at the Baltimores and the Yankees and the Braves and all that stuff. The Nats even.
Yeah. Well, and he says, I wish I would have stayed on. Yeah, me too.
Right?
Yeah, that's one of the things, though, like, I want to do with kids. I want to do the baseball stadium, the all baseball stadium tour. Because I've been to quite a few, but over the course of a year or two, like, I'd want to do all of them with kids
and
that understand it, you know?
By the time you do that, there's going to be about 10 or 12 new stadiums, probably.
Oh, probably, yeah.
And then there's the stadiums that are new the last couple years, the Target Field, Minnesota, and a couple others.
Let's go back out
the
here.
Texas Stadium. Global Life, I think it's called.
Yeah, I think that's what they named it, because it was like their old one, and they kept the name or something. I don't remember. But
all right, we're clutching up.
We're going to finish in the top 50 here, Joe. I can feel it. Let's get in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Baseball memories and memories of championships.
So, excuse me. Let me ask you this then, in regards to, like, as your childhood, again, getting back into the what made you a baseball fan. What was that memorable baseball fan game experience that sticks out for you from childhood?
Oh man, I've got a couple. So the very first one was 1992. The first game I ever watched. I was 6 years old on Past Sports. I remember it like it was yesterday. And this is why I'm such a Cal Ripken defender. The first game I ever watched was the Orioles and the Tigers. And Cal Ripken had like a double and a home run in the game. And I just realized how much I really enjoyed watching the game with my dad. So that, or with my granddad. So that's the first memory I have. Where I really started loving baseball was in 1996 when I was 10 years old. I had chicken pox.
Okay.
We didn't have cable, nothing, but I was skipping school. It was an afternoon game at Tiger Stadium. Tigers and Mariners. And I had it on because my mom didn't make me do anything because I had chicken pox.
Yep.
And we didn't get to watch the games often, but I listened on the radio. But this is the first time I really got to watch the game without being at my grandparents' house who had cable. And Cecil Fielder was facing Randy Johnson, I believe it was, and smoked the shot. No, it wasn't Randy Johnson. It was somebody else but he hit a grand slam. And the announcer called it a grand salami because Cecil Fielder was huge.
Yeah.
And at that point, that's the moment I fell in love with broadcasting and baseball fully.
Which
and then
obviously has had a huge impact on your professional life. Yeah.
Yep.
Did you go down here yet?
No.
In the vault of that house I was just in, there was a whole array of blue weapons I marked for you.
I ran around talking, so I don't know if I got anything over there. But the real moment where I solidified myself, I'm never going to not watch baseball, was in 1999, the final game at Tiger Stadium. The Tigers freaking stunk, okay?
Mm-hmm.
They were terrible. But something about that final game, Robert Fick hit a grand slam as they closed the doors at the corner of Briggs and Trumbull. And the Tigers beat the Royals, and Todd Jones got the save. From that moment on, I just knew that I loved baseball so much and that I was going to work in baseball if I could, do something in sports, because even though those teams were terrible, they all stunk.
Yep.
They got my attention.
Oh no, I get that. I get that completely.
We all have those players in our fandom that we're like, we love that. We find out when we're 20, 22 that they were absolutely terrible.
Oh yeah. Well, even as you get older, guys that you think are going to be good that have fallen apart or whatever, right? But
yep,
you're like, oh, this guy's going to be awesome. Yeah. See, for me, yeah, Cal Ripken as an example. Good point there, Renegade. The one that got it for me was the year that the Jake opened in '94, and because again we didn't get to go to Cleveland games much because of how far the drive was and whatever. We went up for a game. It was Rangers versus Indians, and on that Rangers squad was Jose Canseco. It was Juan Gonzalez. It was a pretty good team, right? And
Dean Palmer.
Oh, it was, yeah, all those guys from the mid '90s. Well, Jose Canseco hit a home run in batting practice, and at the time, this was when you couldn't smoke at your seats, but you could go down into like the concourse area and smoke. And my stepdad, who liked baseball, but I mean, hell, he didn't know anything about it like what we do, right? Like it wasn't a huge time consumer for him or something. He was down there and he was smoking a cigarette, and I watched this ball literally go over the fence, hit the concrete, and roll down to where he was standing. Airbending up here if you want it. And my dad picks it up and he's just like, hey, cool, I got a ball. And he said he looked down, he grabbed the ball, and he looks up, and there's just a crowd of people just rushing at him. And he's like, he didn't know what was going on at that point, obviously, right? Like, as far as whatever. And then we told him, like, hey, it was a home run ball or whatever, and that was, like, the coolest one. But that was also...
You have airbending?
Yeah, I have airbending. But so, that same game... As I said, Albert Bell was on the Indians at the time. So I got to watch Albert Bell. If you've ever been to the Jake or you've seen like the stadium or whatever, there's a parking lot right outside Jacobs Field out over the left field wall. Albert Bell hit a home run that literally lands within 5 feet of the back fence at the Jake. Landed on the concrete, skipped through the security fence, like the gate that, around the entire park. One hopped off of that one shot on the concrete, bounced off of the parking garage, and kicked back into the stadium. And to this day, that was the most amazing home run that I have ever seen. Just because I was a kid, it was cool to watch, whatever. Are you trying to blow that up or what?
I was trying to get rid of them.
Oh, okay. So that all happens, and then it was a night game, and I was '94. I was 12. So we're at the game, we're watching it, and it was me and my whole family and kids. Oh, there are people down there sniping. They're overlooking the bunker. They are right down here. I don't like being here. They're trying to wait for the bunker too. We should back up and get out of here. Where are you? No, go the other way. Come on. We're going this way. I'm not even messing with those guys. So, like, I forget what it ended going, because I've looked the game up. Like, there's obviously all these places you can do that stuff now. And I forget exactly what it was, but I think it was the 12th inning we must have left, because I think it was the 14th inning that game ended, because Juan Gonzalez hit the game-winning home run. And, we're listening to the game on the drive home. So, like, it was cool anyways. But what really broke my heart, and one of the things that I want more than anything in the world, like, because I've never done it, is I want a home run or a foul ball. As many games as I've been to, I've never gotten one.
Me neither.
But what broke my heart is I get home, I'm watching on Sports Center. Of course, they show the game-winning home run. That home run landed where our seats were. Yep, because we were in the left field bleacher seats at the Jake. And it literally, it tore me apart as a 12-year-old kid. So, yeah, that was like my big first memory of baseball. Like,
who is your favorite player at that point? Do you remember?
Honestly, it was probably Albert Bell.
Oh, here they come. I see the bot. They're in the trees.
Where? Oh, yeah.
The vines. Yep.
Yeah. I'm in the vault. Or, you can fight them. That's cool.
They're going to fight us.
Oh, of course. Renegade says, as a kid, I did not know how to say Juan, so I called him Juan Gonzalez.
That's awesome.
There's a water sniper down here, Joe.
They're going to push. They're going to push.
That's all right. No get your stuff. Airbend, we're getting out of here. That's hilarious. Juan Gonzalez. And he spelled it like Gonzalez. Who, like the word who, and then W-A-N, Juan.
Juan Gonzalez.
I dig it. But yeah, like that was my first, like I said, that was my first welcome to baseball, baseball fandom kind of thing, right?
You know what these kids these, I'm going to sound like an old man, but kids these days don't want to experience that we did.
What's that?
Going to a game. You couldn't look up these guys. You couldn't research before you went to the game. There was no top prospect list.
Oh,
and if
no.
it was hard to find. So all these, you would discover these players by going. Of course, there were big names that you knew, like Juan. You knew who he was. But
what are you doing way over there, Joe?
I'm talking. Oh, no, I left my DMR behind.
That's all right. We're better for you not having a DMR. Dude, like, those guys that were on that team, like, we knew them because we were Indians fans and they were, on TV. But, like, you knew Albert Bell because you had Albert Bell's. I still have one. I had an Albert Bell card where it still said Joey on it.
Right.
Like, that's how we knew these guys. Not because,
Do you see them?
They were, yeah, I saw them. Not there's some over here.
Yep, they're moving that way, all of them.
Not because you had followed one of them on TikTok or something and watched it. Like, you had to, you had to be a fan. And look, I love what you've been able to do as, for TikTok and stuff because of how it has allowed you to, to meet these players and stuff. But
I'm going for it.
I killed one.
I'm hoping that'll pee them off.
It has, because they're trying to revive over there behind that wall. They just moved out the right side of the wall. They're over here. Don't shoot that bot.
I didn't. What is he doing?
That's a bot.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, let's
We
get...
really...
You pissed off my
I don't know
dude.
if that's... Well, she's gone.
All right, we gotta go.
She's gone. She's gone. Oh.
But one of the other, like, so what I wanted to ask you, though, in relation to that is, what are your other baseball stories that you have? Because, like, I have some that I there's one that I've told before. I think I've told it on here, and I know I've told it to you. But it was, for me, one of the most amazing things ever is I was completely anti first and third baseline safety nets, right?
I ran right into people.
Oh, of course you did.
At Grimgate.
So yeah, like I was against it for the longest time.
Oh, I almost airbended out of there.
And we were at a game. I was with my father-in-law. It was Astros versus Twins. And this was when Correa was still in Houston. And he hit a shot down the third base line, which is where we were sitting. We were in the lower bowl. And he hit a shot. And it went foul. And it was the fastest hit baseball that I think I had ever seen. So this shot comes flying down at us, and luckily, and I've said this before, but luckily, the kid sitting next to me was both a baseball player that played like catcher for his little league team and had brought his glove. Because I went up to the concourse. I remember I got a plate of nachos, talk about baseball foods and stuff. But I got a plate of nachos, and I'm sitting there eating with my father-in-law, and Correa hits this ball. Dude, from the time he swung until the time I had the ability to lean my head back, like not move, just lean my head back, the ball was already there. And the kid that was sitting next to me, the kid that I found out later he played catcher for his little league team. He stuck his glove out and stopped that ball from hitting me in the face because it was directly at my eyeballs. And I'm telling you right now, when I say that was a shot, that was a damn shot. And like, it was bad enough, I think I've said this before, but like, it was bad enough that the Astros had to send like people down to make sure the kid was okay, because it ended up hitting him. It hurt his wrist. But dude, that ball, if it wouldn't have been for that kid, it would have broke my nose. It would have broke my jaw. I would have been possibly dead. And that was when I became a supporter of things like the what do you call it? The safety nets on the first and third base line.
Are you having bad rubber banding?
No.
Oh, cow. I can't even play. It's so bad.
You got guns yet, Joe?
Not really.
Well, you should be collecting guns right now.
I can't. I can't even walk around.
So yeah,
wow, that's making me dizzy.
That was always my Carlos Correa baseball story.
There we
and
go.
Why I
Now I'm
support
back to normal.
the things. All right, we need to move towards that pink line, that pink mark. By the way,
I have a similar story. There's somebody coming in on us.
I know, that's why I told you to move.
I have a similar story.
Okay. Well, we're
but
all
it's
ears
not.
here.
It's not as dramatic. But so I went to watch the Tigers and the Red Sox when they had Manny and Big Papi.
Uh-huh.
And Pedroia and all those guys. And all I wanted to do was watch Big Papi in batting practice. So we get out there really early. We're out in right or left field because he's going to pull it.
Somebody just
so we're out there.
Right there.
I don't know if you've ever seen Zach Campbell or anything. The guy that goes after baseball.
Oh, that's a damn statue, you moron. They're up here. They're coming at you, Joe. They got the bot. Good game.
Yeah, oh my God, I hate this game. So I'm out there during batting practice, and he's just walloping them. Just not in my range. They'd be more over towards center or down the line where I'm not at.
Uh-huh.
So I'm talking with my friend Joshua, who's at the game with me, and we're just chit-chatting and not paying attention. I want a ball so bad. But while I'm not paying attention, Ortiz hits one right to us. It bounced right in front of where I was and went to some other kid that was behind us. That game was just a weird game. So in the I think it was the fourth or fifth inning, Dustin Pedroia is standing at second base getting ready to field. He goes down and the game stops, and I couldn't figure out why. We're on the third base side.
Okay.
All of a sudden, a squirrel comes running down. It's in the infield, and it's in Pedroia's area, and he's trying to avoid the damn thing. And this goes on for like 10 minutes. They can't catch the squirrel and get him out of play.
Uh-huh.
And so you're just sitting there watching, waiting to see how the revelation is going to end. Is the squirrel going to live? Is he going to escape before somebody grabs him? It was entertaining. So that game had a lot of weird stuff happen in it.
That's awesome. That's hilarious, yo. I've never heard that.
I've also almost gotten beaten up by Cubs fans at a game before.
Okay,
So
do tell.
I've got a good friend who's a Milwaukee Brewers fan, diehard. And so we've been to several Brewers games together. And, of course, the Cubs and Brewers,
Yeah.
decent rivalry. Well, I love my friend, but the Cubs fans make what used to be Miller Park their own freaking home stadium when they play them there. They pack that place. And we're on the third base side. We got great seats. But we're sitting next to Cubs fans that are chirping the whole damn game. And it was Manny Parra versus Ryan Dempster. This is how much I remember this game. And Manny Parra actually has a good start. The Brewers win by 1. The whole time, I had a sign that said, I'm sitting next to Steve Bartman's best friend. So it causes this. The guy thought it was hilarious at first, right?
Yeah.
But then after a couple beers, it wasn't so good.
Not quite so funny
But
anymore.
it was still fine. Then after the game when the Brewers won, I'm wearing a Detroit Tigers jersey, by the way. Nothing with the Brewers jersey. He comes up and pushes my friend and I. Luckily, it didn't turn into anything serious, and then he walked away. But, yep. No, it said Steve Bartman is my best friend. That's what it said.
Gee, I can't imagine why that would have been a problem.
And then it had a Brewers logo on it we drew on there. But yeah, that's every time I've gone to a Cubs game. I've never been to Wrigley, but I've seen them at several stadiums.
Yep.
Their fans are ruthless.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a good thing in a way. I mean, kind of. As long as it's safe, I'm okay with it, but now
Ooh, somebody's here, Joe. Somebody's here.
they're shooting at me while I drink my stinking. Trying to get my shield. One more.
I got you, Joe.
Thank you, sir. Who's the best player you've seen? Like, is there a experience you had from a player where you're like, holy...
Here, hold on. You take that. I'll do the thing.
Burnaner.
Well, see, and it's hard for me to say because I have seen, like, the Angels came to Minute Maid, so I saw Mike Trout there. So, like, that's the default. But, I mean, obviously I know I've seen a lot of greats. Like, again, that Indians game, Omar, Vizquel obviously would have been there. Albert Bell was there. Come open up the vault.
Nah.
So, I mean, it's so hard to say.
Right. I've seen so many good players just have Pujols, Trout.
Well, and then
Big Papi, Miguel Cabrera.
You
but
talk
the
about
one that,
obviously, as an Astros fan, I've seen every Astro that's been on the team in the last 10 years. So, but no, go ahead, Joe. Whoever you were getting to say. Oh, thanks, Joey. That was a little intense. No.
I put him in them situations, and I'm sorry. I apologize ahead of time. Or after, actually. But
after time.
After time. Coors Field, dude.
Yeah.
The ball jumps. It makes the hardest hit balls I've ever seen at games were players that nobody really cares about. Adam Dunn we care about, but Adam Dunn hit a shot as a national at a Brewer game that I went to that damn near left the stadium. And then the other one, I saw the Angels and the Rockies.
Okay.
Mike Trout hit a home run, and it was like the ball jumped. And then Mark Trumbo hit a home run. I've never seen anybody hit a ball harder than Mark Trumbo did that day. Mark freaking Trumbo, of all the good players I've seen.
Isn't that crazy how it works like that, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. The like I said, there's so many. You know, I've talked about it before, like watching the you know, I forget what game it was. Oh, there we go. I want that. The game, the playoff game when Altuve hit the one home run against the Yankees, and you would have thought that the entire roof at Minute Maid Park was going to blow off its track.
Right.
You know, so no, there's been some that have been awesome, but you know, there's one other baseball, especially Major League Baseball story that I love to tell. So again, I grew up in a small little podunk town in west central Ohio. High school graduating class was 270-ish people, right? And oh, you're not on my mini map, so I had to turn around and find you. But so
I'm coming towards you.
Yeah, no, I literally had to turn around to see if you were coming. But so we were in Northern California when I used to live out around Sacramento. And it's actually Renegade, myself, and another buddy of ours, our other roommate, we decided that we were going to get tickets because the Cincinnati Reds were in town. There's Water Sniper. And they were playing the Oakland A's. So, you know, it was only a couple-hour drive to Oakland from where we live. So we're like, let's get tickets, and we'll just go over there after work and all head that way. So we ordered the tickets online, drive to Oakland, get in line to go pick up our tickets. And when we got there were Reds fans in the parking lot that were tailgating. And, like, I was like, you know, they saw us. They're like, yeah, come on over. You know, you can party with us. And we ended up not because the other guys wanted to get in the stadium. I think it was Chuck that wanted to get in the stadium, our third friend that was with us. There's people fighting at the very front of the train depot place. Oh, you're down there. Okay. But so we end up getting into the line to pick our tickets up from Will Hall, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, keep in mind, I am a 33-hour or 36-hour drive away from my hometown. And as we are standing in line, Renegade and I look up, and there was a girl that we went to high school with in front of us in line.
What?
Yep. Turns out, like, apparently she was in town because, like, her family was in San Francisco for vacation or whatever. And I forget who it was. May have been Homer Bailey, but was supposed to pitch for the Reds that game. And Renegade, you may remember this. But for whatever reason it was, it might have been Homer Bailey's like rookie season, to be honest with you. I don't remember now off the top of my head. But they decided that they were going to get tickets and just come over to the game and go to it. And literally, as we are standing there in line, I look up and Brandon and I are sitting there talking, and it's like, Natalie? And sure as shit, it was her family. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
That's crazy.
How far away from home, and I run into somebody I went to high school with.
It'd be one thing if it was at a stadium near you.
Yeah, like a Reds game in Cincinnati, like, okay, no big deal, right? But no, this is in Oakland, which, by the way, is legitimately like the worst damn stadium I have ever been to. It was
If it was
so
bad then, can you mention how bad it is now?
I can't imagine it got any better, let's put it that way. There's gold in the vault if you're anywhere near it.
Oh, God. I thought you were going this way.
Again, I can't see you on my map, so...
I can't... That's part of my problem, too.
It's mildly, completely annoying. Where are you? Put a mark down where you are.
I'm coming towards you.
Okay, I see it. There you go.
I'm...
Well, we got to get going that way anyway, because we got to get in zone. We got to go towards Restore Rio. Actually, let's go out towards Lavish. There's a car over here I'm sure we can get.
Sounds good.
But yeah, it was just like the dumbest
The cars
thing.
are gone. Damn.
I see that. I've got airbending, do you?
No.
Oh, well that sucks.
I've got Flowberry Fizz, though, that I'm using for mobility.
Okay. But yeah, it was just, that was just insane. Like, to this day, I can't explain it. Like, it reminds me of the other story when my wife and I got married. We went to the Dominican Republic for our honeymoon, right? Went down to Punta Cana. And we went to, like, one of the all-inclusive resorts, you know, like a lot of people do and whatever.
Yep.
And, you know, you do different excursions and stuff when you're down there, right? So we went to this one excursion, which was actually really cool. But you started out, like, you would bus to this, like, marina. And then when you got in the marina, they would have, you would either take a catamaran out, right? Or you'd take a speedboat out. And then you would take the other boat back in. So, like, if your group went out on a catamaran, you'd take a speedboat back in. But when you did it, is there someone here? Oh, this camera. Okay. When you did it, they would take. There's a car coming.
Now we got a car coming. I shot him in the car.
Wow.
Trying to get out of there.
They got 2 bots. Just go, Joe. Just go. Just go.
Man, I wrecked him with the I got both of them because they were both in the seat. I got them both for 120. That was shotgun on one shot, but...
And this was the guy that I was actually, like, following and dancing with.
Oh.
But so, anyways, you take this out, and halfway on the trip out, there was, like, this gas station kind of a place that you would go to, and it was basically like a tourist trap. It was like a bathroom break and whatever, but it was like a tourist trap. Like, it was a shop, so you could buy liquor and cigars and all that kind of shit there, right? Well, the...
Buc-ee's before Buc-ee's.
Yeah, but it was all like... Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Yeah.
Yep.
So, as we're getting out of our little van, I seen a guy wearing a shirt, and it was an Ohio State Buckeye shirt. And I was just like, oh, well, that's just funny, right? Like, you know, whatever. And this is the guy that got off another bus. So as we're standing there at one point, I just kind of like I OH'd him and he IO'd, so we just kind of like, all right, that's cool, whatever. So then we go do the shopping and shit and whatever. And as we're getting ready to leave, he and I were both standing outside, and I just asked him, I was like, so what part of Ohio are you from? Now, the part of Ohio where I grew up is around a little town called Lima, Ohio. Lima's like 38,000 people now, right? Dude was from Lima.
Wow.
I ran into a guy from my hometown in the Dominican Republic.
That is crazy.
So it's just like, of all the damn luck. Where are we going to go die at here?
We're going to win.
Okay, where are we going to go win at while we die here? Let's go home.
I was just getting ready to mark there. Or actually, I was probably going to try and mark there, screw it up, and mark 4,000 meters away, but...
So, Joe, I know you obviously are a fan of watching baseball, but did you play baseball as a kid as well?
Yeah, well, I didn't start as young as a lot of kids do, but I started like when I was 10 years old, about.
Okay.
And yeah, I played from 10 years old all the way through high school.
Okay. Well, do you got any good baseball stories you want to share?
Well,
tell us your baseball stardom story, Joe.
Well, we were the 2002 or 3 champions with the Diamondbacks of Pony League, baby. So I just asked my parents if I could play because I love the game, obviously.
Yeah.
So I started I'm a left-handed. I actually started as a catcher and played catcher most, which is odd.
Yeah, I was going to say, a left-handed catcher is not normal.
I just threw a bottle at a freaking person and then shot him with the sniper rifle and fell down the mountain.
Attaboy, Joe.
So I played catcher all the way up till about 13, and then I was playing catcher in a game, and being left-handed, I stepped out of the box to throw down to second and nailed the dude in the box with the baseball.
That's
and the
awesome.
coach said,
That's awesome.
son, we're going to put you in center field. I never saw the infield after that. But I was a leadoff hitter.
Well, that's because you're so small, right?
Yep. I was small and I had speed back then. And I was a slap hitter. I wasn't going to... I mean, I had 1 home run in my whole career, which is actually kind of a funny story. I swung it was about a 300-foot. It was not a huge state or field.
Yeah.
So I swing and I just stuck the bat out and I didn't even feel it hit the...
Oh, that's
bat.
A pure feeling, isn't it?
It's a pure feeling, but I thought it just popped up. So I'm just... My coach is like, you just hit a home run. So I'm standing on first base, heading to second, and I had no idea I hit a home run. And from that point on, I thought that I was freaking Jose Canseco, and so I'd go up trying to do the same thing again, even though it's a leadoff hitter. So about 4 games go by, and my coach just comes up to me in the middle of the at-bat and goes, "You're not a fucking home run hitter. You hit it on the ground. You run to first. Stop trying to hit home runs." And so I got back to form there.
That's amazing.
But yeah, my favorite baseball story that I have from a kid is not involving me specifically, but my dad. So my dad was a truck driver. He never really got to go to my events because he was on the road on the weekends.
Yep.
But if he could, he'd try if he didn't have a lot going on. So, and like I said, I'm the only person in my family that really liked sports, that followed sports. So my dad didn't know baseball. So I'm a leadoff hitter, right? So he comes to one of my, I'm probably about 16 or 17, play one of my summer games, and he gets to make it. The game starts, and I step into the box as the leadoff hitter, and I just hear my dad scream, "Let's go, Joe, hit a grand slam!" And everybody starts laughing. And he has no idea why.
That's amazing.
And then we had to explain to him after the game why. But it just made me. That was one of my favorite moments.
That is awesome. Yeah, see, when I was in like Little League, we played on a team that, first of all, they were atrocious. My like, what's Little League? It's like 9 through 12 or something, right?
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
So our first year, we were absolutely terrible, and
Oh yeah.
you know, we had a league below Little League as far as like for younger, but I can't remember what that was called. I only played for that for a couple years, but when we got to Little League, there were so many of us that were all like the 8, 9, whatever year old kids that were in that age group, that we just got smoked for the longest time as kids in that league. Well then, oh, Joe's up here fighting people, not even telling us. And Joe's getting beat up. I can't have you dying up there, Joe.
Thank you.
But so, oh, they're fighting Zeus right now. Hey, stay right there where you are. No, stop. Here.
Oh.
So yeah, you know, like that was the Little League team we played for. But then after Little League, once we got up into being like 12-year-olds, we ended up winning the championship because we had a team full of 12-year-olds. You know, like, and we had played 3 or 4 years together, and we were all the oldest kids in the league and whatever, so it kind of worked out. It was cool. But after that, we had Pony League ball, right? And one of my favorite baseball playing stories from when I was a kid happened in Pony League ball. So we're playing at West Middle School, and I still remember, like, West was just, oh wow, there's a sniper up here. I thought they vaulted the blue snipers. I just got one out of a chest.
I guess they brought it back.
Yeah. But so we're playing at West Middle School, and there was a kid that played for West that, you know, because it was travel league ball at this point. It wasn't like travel ball like what they have now, but it's travel ball. Like we went to different cities and played. And this kid, he rubbed me the wrong way at this point. And, you know, we're talking like 14-year-old, you know, 13 and 14-year-old kids. So at this point, I played a lot of, I played catcher a lot for our Pony League team. So I'm the catcher because I was also an offensive lineman, like on the middle school football team and stuff like that. So, you know, I was already getting to be a big boy and whatever. But this kid just rubbed me the wrong way, and I still don't know why. He just cocky, arrogant, annoying, whatever you want to call it. He pissed me off. So as we're sitting there in this game, homeboy gets up. He gets on second base. And I don't know if it was the kid immediately after him or if it was, you know, a couple hitters later or whatever. But this dude hits a shot to right center. And we had a good enough outfield that they were able to get the ball in quickly. And so this dude's rounding third and coming home. And because we had already started to where we knew we didn't like each other, he rounds third, and you could tell that he is coming in and intending on not sliding when he gets home, right? So I'm prepared for this. Like I said, I played offensive line. I've got all my catcher's gear on. My guys get the ball in. I get the relay throw, and this dude is coming and jumps, and I'm talking like head first. He is coming at me. He wants some action. He's intending to Pete Rose me out here on this diamond. By the way, here's a blue shotty. So I see him leave his feet just as I'm making my catch of the ball, of the relay throw. And I'm getting ready, like I start to get into the crouch, like, all right, man, we're going to collide, right? And homeboy, you could just see he's starting to get, like, lit up. And the greatest move I have ever made in an athletic game, I just stand up, tag him as he's in the air, and he flies by. I drop the ball on the ground and walked into the dugout. Dude, it was so funny. He was so pissed, but I'm like, I don't want to get run over. Like, that shit hurts, man. I'm still in catcher's gear, but that
Ray
shit's going to hurt, right? Yeah.
Felt that for years and years and years.
So, yeah, that's one of my favorite moments of sport. I mean, it ranks up there with when I was in high school. I remember I played football. My buddy Jesse was one of our running backs. And I literally carried him into the end zone to score a touchdown.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's those kind of plays. Like, that was the funny stuff. All right, let's just move out to Grand. Come on. I mean, this is probably my last game anyways. It's getting closer as we move towards dinner time. All right, Joey, have a good one, man. Thanks for being in there in the YouTube chat. But yeah, like those, and I know I sound like one of those. Oh man, that's one of these guys reliving his high school glory days. Like, yeah, maybe a little bit, but it's just funny stories because I'm old and I can tell them.
I remember our little league team. We didn't win any games. 0 games in the regular season. I mean, and it wasn't even close. We didn't have any close games. It was all like 10-run inning games because we all sucked and we all were new. But somehow, some way, we got to the championship game in the playoffs. Now, we lost the championship game, but...
Did you guys just make a miracle run or something, did you?
We made a miracle run to the championship somehow. What really probably happened is all the good kids probably went on vacation early or something, and so but we didn't know that back then.
Doesn't diminish the fact, does it?
I still talk, and the one team I won a championship with when I was 15, a lot of us still talk on Facebook and stuff. Even though, like, it's nothing special, but to us it was a fun summer.
In my chat, Low Meals just said, "Didn't know how to say Juan. Tell me you grew up in Ohio without telling me." I can't argue that.
I just called him Juan Gone.
That's what everybody did. Yeah, that's how we knew him.
We're staying in. I don't know why I'm leaving. We're staying.
Hey, Joe, I got good news for you.
What's that?
Regular pistol there.
I can feel it, Mike. Can you feel it calling in the air tonight? We're going to win this.
Going to go out on a win?
We're going out on a win.
See, that's the funny part. I was hoping he would mention this. What most people, and I'm sure Low Meals doesn't realize, is Renegade lived in Texas until he was like 8. And I want to say, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it's Dallas, right? I think so.
Like Juan Gonzalez, for example. Oh, there's a car right here.
Yep. There you go. Shoot at him. Tell him where you are, Joe.
That's what I do. That's who I am.
Low Meal says, yeah, they can't pronounce Juan there.
My man just ran into a tree.
Houston and Dallas, Renegade says. You know, that is true. I forgot. Rob told us before that he lived here in Houston.
Somebody up going to Island?
Yeah, they hit the rift. Renegade said, super young though, probably like 4 when I was there. Low Meals' response is, Houston in the 70s was different, I guess. I think she just called you old, Renegade. That's messed
Protein
up.
cheeks just knocked somebody.
Really? I had protein cheeks in the my fantasy draft. Dude, I know I'm old. She ain't telling me anything I don't know already. she said that's why we eat dinner at 5. That's why this is my last game. You think I don't know that?
I can't speak about on low meals part, but I know you don't go to bed at 9 though.
No, I don't. Let's try to get behind Grand Glacier and see if we can hit the bounce from
Bounce when she walks
up there to get over. We can do it, Joe. There's only 16 left. Thank you, you asshole, for impulsing me. And I have impulses. I very specifically didn't use them to try to help you out, you dick. Renegade says dinner at 5 and bed at the other 5. That's about right. Get back up here where we just were.
See, I had an impulse ready for when you came up the zip line, but I decided that would have been a bad idea, and so I just impulsed myself. And I'm on my way now.
See, there's people down here.
Oh, good.
They're on wheelies of death, too.
Oh, fantastic.
Renegade said, I had left and came back in right at the moment that Low Meals was talking shit. Perfect timing.
Where'd they go?
They're way down in the valley. I'm getting back up here at the top by the bounce pad. A little bit of cover and ability to move. Alright, shooting behind.
There's another person back here.
White.
They went into the porta potty. Wherever that takes you out, I don't know.
Down in the cave.
Oh, okay.
Joe, over here.
There's people coming up on us. Wheel. They're in a fight down there.
Alright. One moving. What the hell?
How did that happen?
There's people back here too.
These people are getting annoying.
I keep peppering those guys, but I cannot get them. Joe, hit the bounce pad. Get to the next zone. Try to get up here, where there's definitely somebody up there. So don't go up there. Go into Grand Glacier.
There's a person in Grand Glacier too.
That's all
Right
right.
at the steps.
Yep. That person's not.
Got him.
Nice.
But I'm a low.
Get in the building. Get in the building. Renegade said, I love how that person rode the zip line up, threw rocks at you, and then went back down the zip line. I got wheelie benders right outside this window.
Yep. They probably saw me.
These are all going to be a bunch of sweaty assholes too. Look at the size of this circle.
Oh Jesus! I'm just going to the next circle. See if I can.
We got to get a win here, Joe. This is the last one. Nobody. I was gonna say nobody was moving, and I got one set of footsteps. There's 3 other teams here, and I just had one set of footsteps. Nobody has moved.
Of course not. This is how the game goes now, especially at the end.
Especially with all these damn mythic bender whatever-ies.
I'm gonna get on the airbender and just go to zone, I think. I'm in the next zone. Just got missed. Somebody missed me. They're approaching me.
On top of the house, there's a guy with a sniper set up. He's shooting.
I'm stuck behind. Oh, man. 2 coming.
One's knocked. Oh shit! I didn't know where that guy came from, but he messed me up.
Oh, I missed a headshot! This is insanely ridiculous.
Yep.
Bunch of bullshit. Revenge my death! Thank you, Mike! There's still 4 other people.
Oh shit!
Well, we gave it the old college try. We had a couple
hate these new
beers and
things.
that whole final 2 minutes or whatever is all that. Just
Yep.
running around, fucking.
It's annoying, isn't it?
Oh.
All right, Joe. Any other baseball-related topics that you want to bring up or anything before tomorrow?
Nope. Not that I can think of.
Nothing at all, huh?
Nothing at all. I'm just excited for baseball to continue, I guess.
It is a really early in the year, so like there's going to be some good stories still to talk about, but right now it's just a matter of just being able to see games, which we've discussed at end because you can't, right? But
Yep.
there's a lot of other really fun things to keep an eye on. Obviously, we got are all three of the Jacksons up yet? The three Jackson kids. I know two of them are up. The kid for the Brewers and Holiday. Is the third one up yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
No.
At some point, Paul Skeens has got to come up. Then the question is are the Athletics going to keep?
Ruiz.
I was just going to say, are the A's going to keep him down long enough they can get another year of control out of him? Because I mean, that's all that's left out of it. But
hey, if we hold him down here, we might be able to have him for 15 years, even though we don't know where we're going to play.
Dude, and I get it on one hand, but on the other hand, he's not going to re-sign with your team now.
No, he's not.
So like, it's just stupid. So
enjoy your 5 years until he's a Brave 5 years from now.
Right, or a Dodger.
15 players like that. Yeah. Yeah.
So
I'm excited about some of the young players for sure. And then the team I root for, the Tigers, have some young players, and so that's always exciting to see how they're going to do if they get a chance to be called up and all that stuff. That's the best part.
Yeah.
I'll tune in to watch Forrest Whitley pitch on Friday, just because you love to see the young guys get a chance to.
I would like to see him pitch, but I don't know what channel the game's on, so more likely than not, I'm not going to.
Thank you, MLB, for being a league that provides access to everybody.
I might have to get you to get on a Discord call with me, and have you
do that.
You could screen share from your laptop and just bring MLB TV up on it, and I could just watch it that way.
Right.
So, all right, brother. Well, I know your daughter was in my chat earlier. Just wanted to point out, she told me once again that she likes my hat. So, if you guys can see this, I don't know if you can, but this has quickly become one of my favorite hats to wear. So, Joe, I appreciate it every time I put it on, buddy.
You bet. My pleasure.
So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Now I'm just waiting on seeing what this year holds for my favorite team in the Old North League, the Reedsville Luckies. They are clearly the class of the league. So
we get the season started May 25th. You can hear me broadcast the games at ReedsvilleLuckies.com.
There you go. I'm looking forward to it, man. This will be fun, and hopefully you can get yourself some good partners like some that you've had on other broadcasts, because I need something to make fun of you about. Just real quick, Joe, have you had a chance to Google a West Virginia coal mine ride yet?
What is it with these? Well, I mean, do we expect anything better from West Virginia and Kentucky? No.
I'm just asking.
So, I have not. Is it anything like a coal miner's daughter?
I don't know. You'll just have to find out and tell us.
All right.
We'll expect a report on tomorrow's show.
Word for word, too, right?
Exactly. All right, so tomorrow, I know it's the kind of our wild and what if stuff. I'm sure there'll be some discussion because we haven't touched on the Ohio State spring game yet, so I'm sure we'll have some talk on that. We'll just have some wild questions for you. I do have another fat guy food related question brewing that we can talk about. Ooh. So make sure you're tuned in. If you're on Twitch, make sure you on YouTube or on Kick. Make sure you're turning on your notifications so you get the notification when I go live. If you're not on following me on TikTok or Instagram, make sure you click over there as well. mmeals25 in all 5 locations. If you're watching on Twitch, over this shoulder right here, you should see the link to the dynamic follow buttons where you'll be able to see Joe's information. So make sure you give him a like and a follow, turn notifications on. Appreciate everybody that's been here in the chat. Joe, real quick, what's your information again where people can find you?
Well, you can find me in Stoneville, North Carolina at 3. No, just kidding. TikTok.com/knockpleaserevive and on Twitch, twitch.tv/knockpleaserevive. Hopefully this week sometime you'll be able to see my face when I stream.
I'm looking forward to it, man, because when you finally get that going, we're going to change around the screen that's up right now, the chat screen, so that I can actually have you on my chat screen as well. So we'll get that one rolling. So, all right, guys, with that being said, we will see you all tomorrow, 3:30 East, 2:30 Central. Appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate you being in the chat. Y'all have a great day. Peace out.
Alfredo Simon sucks.